Okay, everyone, we see you later. We filming?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's just going.
Wow, already. This is not the music. This is my gym music. Steely Dan time. Mm-hmm. You know what it is.
What are we doing today, Elliot?
What are we doing today? We are heading to beautiful Sausalito to visit our friend Rix of the brand Hendrix Park. And we're gonna talk to him about what it's like making pants, being a clothing producer here in the Bay Area, sort of the home of blue jeans. Talk about his sewing machines. He's got a whole bunch of vintage machines that he does his work on. Get some insight into his process and maybe even see what he's making for us if he's got that ready today. Okay, we are here. We are here in beautiful sunny Sausalito today to meet with our friend Rix of Hendrix Park. So we're gonna take a look at Rix's studio, ask him a little bit about what he does, look at some of his sewing machines, and talk about what's coming soon from Hendrix Park for Standard and Strange. Yo, Rix!
Here to buy a sewing machine?
Yeah, a couple, I think.
All right, cool.
Shall we?
Yeah, let's go check them out.
Hell yeah.
This is where all the naughty sewing machines go. The ones that skip stitches.
They
go
misbehave,
outside,
they
yeah.
don't get to be in the warehouse.
This is it.
Rad. You want to just take us through the space and tell us a little bit about what's what you're working on? I mean, maybe let's back up a little bit. Who are you?
My name is Rix Cannell. Born and raised Bay Area. I started this brand called Hendrix Park a couple years ago with the idea to just make the best thing I possibly could. Not try to reinvent the wheel or anything, but take time-proven silhouettes like workwear, military stuff, and using the best fabric I can find, kind of remake them in sort of different ways with old machines because they're fun to sew with. And
Classic staples.
Yeah, exactly.
These are heritage pieces, just brand new.
Totally.
Which is, I think, getting harder and harder to find. So it's really cool to be here and to talk with you, someone who's still kind of keeping the art alive.
Sometimes it feels like I'm seemingly doing the impossible or trying to do the impossible, which is have a garment manufacturing business here. It only makes sense to me that a lot of good stuff came out of here.
Yeah,
Because I feel like I'm generally happier when I'm here.
I guess in your own words, what is Hendrix Park?
Something that's always kind of evolving, it seems like, as I grow older, but in general, it's a uniform company. I want to take silhouettes that are proven, have stood the test of time, workwear, Carhartt kind of stuff, and throw like the best fabric that I can possibly find to make something that doesn't change in terms of pattern. And like right now, we're doing the deck pants for Standard and Strange, right? It's pretty much just like a glorified OG 107. So I'm taking the OG 107 details and I'm using some super cool, weird indigo herringbone.
Yeah.
Because we know that people like the OG 107.
Totally.
When I bought my first pair of OG 107s, I was so happy. I was like, I never need to buy another pair of pants again. But then I got bored of just wearing green pants. So like, now what do? You make as many as you can, and then you're on to the next one.
Yeah, that's something I feel like we talk about just through the lens of Standard and Strange, is like finding the elevated versions of these classics, where it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like the OG 107, the fit, the silhouette is as good as it's ever gonna be. Like when we get a roll of this crazy indigo fabric or some slubby weird denim or something like that, that's where it's like the opportunity to get creative comes in, where it's like, here we can do something a little different that's already tried and true in one way, but totally unique in another.
I grew up wearing like the Dickies 874s. And so I loved that I could get the same exact pants, but in a different color if I wanted to.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of important sewing machines in this room right now. 114, 103. It's like every sewing machine mechanic's dream to completely rebuild one of these. And so I'm like not threading it up until I do that. It's kind of annoying, but this one's cool. This is a belt loop maker. So this is Standard and Strange production belt loops happening. When I was going to school in Oregon, I got a job at a sewing machine repair shop. At the time I was making outdoor equipment. Like I was into camping and backpacking, and I was trying to make like a Dyneema backpack. And I got some Juki garment machine that was like rigged up for making shoes. It made no sense. So I went to the repair shop, the local repair shop, and I was just chatting them up and just kind of got along with the people working there, and they hired me and fell in love with it. You know, this guy that was there, he made blue jeans. I made a pair of jeans. I actually have them over here. So this is the first pair that I made. I made them in David's house. I was real fortunate to have a guy that could, you know, teach me some principles that kind of set me up for success, I think. Like, you should learn how to make everything on a single needle machine before you start nerding out about like a waistbander or, you know, a buttonholer. Like you can do everything on it with 3120. Yeah. And like that was kind of his big principle. This right here is a very important member of the team. This is a 302 W201. I have it rigged off the arm, off the table. That's the difference between the 302 W and the 300 W. So you know, your pants, your three-dimensional pants can rotate around this, and you're not working on a 2D surface with something 3D. These are twins. They do the same thing, but it's nice to have two because most people just have one, and it's cooler to have two. This one does the belt loops, like attaching the belt loops, and then that one does the other bar tack.
Again, that's not something people think about a lot, is like, there is a production order for this stuff, and you are adding a lot more time to everything when you have to do another thread change or tweak the you know, tension on something. Like, if you can keep one machine doing one thing so that you can just go beat by beat through the production, it's gonna make for a lot more smooth of an operation.
Definitely.
For sure.
A lot of these chain stitch machines, it's, you know, 4 cones of thread that you have to worry about rethreading. And, you know, I try to tie off the threads to rethread them, but, you know, a lot of these little holes and whatnot, especially, I mean, I almost threw this thing out the window yesterday trying to thread it up for you guys. Some of these spots where you have to put thread, it doesn't seem like anything can fit through there. Overlocker that I do a safety stitch with sometimes. Great machine, Pegasus makes a great machine, it's Japanese. You know, you can set this up 5 threads, so you have your finished serge, and then you also have a chain stitch at like 3/8.
Wow.
So, you know, it's similar to the flat felling machine where you can kind of finish it and connect 2 pieces in one go. So it's like a time saver. On this next run of Standard and Strange Indigo HBT fatigue pants, we're gonna be including a shell stitch fly. So this is one of the steps in assembling the fly. Rather than doing a normal boring old serge on the old Pegasus here, we're on the Marrow doing a shell stitch. And that's just a detail that is sort of unnecessary but ornamental and kind of cool for those people that want something a little bit more interesting and care about details and stuff like that. Like, I'm doing this detail not because it makes me more money, but because it's super fun and it's beautiful to look at.
That's what I look for in a lot of my clothes, is like, I want something that is special and unique, but also like mine. And
Definitely.
When I wear it and as I live in it, it kind of grows with me. And those unique quirks only get more accentuated over time. The reason, for all of you at home, that denim people are so into the like old chain stitch machines is because of the tension on them creates that roping effect around the edge. There's not a perfect consistency there, and that is, to a lot of people, what makes it even more special.
Totally. There are some of these machines that I genuinely think work better because they're older. As just one example here, like this machine makes the most perfect bar tack that anybody has ever seen in their entire life. And I'll show you right now. I've used like the really nice brand new Juki like electronic ones. And yeah, I mean, they trim the thread, they're quick, but they just do not produce this beautiful of a bar tack. For me, most importantly, is like when I sit down at this machine, I get happy. You know, it's beautiful, it's fun to use, and also it doesn't feel like it's gonna shake the building down or kill me. This machine has proven to me to be more reliable, you know, stitch better, and is 3 times the age of like any other bar tacker I've used. And it's just, you know, you think it's like, oh, well, it's like an old car where you gotta work on it. You have to love working on it. It's like, now that I'm saying this, something's gonna break, but I've never had to turn a screw on this machine. Rix 101 is a really important machine because it does a buttonhole. It does a keyhole buttonhole. Big green, mean buttonhole making machines. This one is made in the Netherlands, and this one's made in the good old fashioned United States of America. But a lot of parts on this one are cast, and a lot of them on this one are more kind of milled out. This one's scarier. This one wants to kill you.
It shook the floor a little bit. I felt that.
Neighbors don't like this one as much. But this is a machine that I have yet to get around to. This one does flat lock. So, you know, fleece, knitwear, stuff like that. Like if I was ever gonna make thermals, which I want to do at some point, I'd use this machine, but yeah, I haven't really gotten around to it. So this is one of my flat filling machines. This is a 35800DR. I mean, this is like a extremely important machine for doing fatigue pants, shirts, you know, a lot of things that, you know, have this, have a cylinder, you know?
Because flat filled seams are really strong. When you flat fill a seam, you're wrapping it over like this, essentially, where you're like interlocking two things and then two lines of stitching through that, which is like, right?
Totally.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. This machine is called El Caballo, because when you're using it, it kind of looks like you're riding a El Caballo. I heard somebody say that, and I was like, all right, that doesn't sound real. And then when I got this machine, there's a tag like right here that says, like an official factory marking. Yeah, now that I have two, it's gonna be easier also to sew some of the lighter stuff, because if you look at the folders, kind of hard to see, but this one lets in more fabric than this one. So think about these as being pants, right? I'm sewing up legs of standard and strange HPT Indigo fatigues, and then you feed them through the folder. I like putting the bottom one forward a little bit, making sure it's getting that fold. And then you attach them. Whoa. Get started, adjust. So you're attaching and finishing the seams in one go. I'm trying right now to create a business that can just pay for this to happen. Like, I don't expect to make a lot of money from this because I feel like it's somewhat impossible, but if I can just pay to keep this happening and allow for, you know, me to be able to come in here every day and spend time with these interesting tools and get more of them, you know, I think that's a success. This is the most important machine in the whole operation. You can make a pair of pants, a matching shirt, jacket, and hat, just this machine. The reason why this one's so important is obviously, first of all, because it's gorgeous, but also it has a oscillating hook versus a rotary hook. And you know, if you think about it, you know, this machine right here, this has a rotary hook, so the hook just continuously spins while the needle comes down and interacts with it. It's faster. This one has an oscillating hook, which might make it a better stitcher, but I think most importantly is it allows for thicker thread, so thicker needle too. So if you're one of those denim guys that wants Tex 100 top stitching thread, then you can do it with this machine.
The super heavy stuff, yeah. You could sew through leather with this if you wanted, yeah?
Yeah, honestly, like I've been able to do anything with this machine.
We talked earlier about like you gotta walk before you run. Like this is the machine you're learning to walk on.
Totally, so for those people watching this video that just wanna buy a machine to start learning how to make cool stuff and don't want to get a Singer heavy duty and want to be cool, then get this machine. Singer 3120. All right, so enough with the machines. Let's talk about what they make. Here are some various Hendrix Park things. This was the first product. You know, I said that I like Dickies. This is kind of my take on Dickies. Selvage, side entry style, welt pocket, chino. I obviously wore the hell out of these. Did a lot of bicycle touring and working.
I mean, these look super, super well loved. Like this is a pant that was lived in, and that's like
Totally.
kind of the goal. Is like you want something that is going to hold up, that you're going to do everything in, and like we were saying earlier, not really think about. And it's like that's kind of a perfect example of that. Is like this is a pair of pants that you beat the hell out of, and they still look great.
So if I have a pair of pants, if I have a shirt that I like, I'm gonna wear it until it breaks, you know?
It's a uniform.
Yeah. So if it's good enough, then it becomes my uniform. What I learned pretty quick after trying to make money doing this style with the well pockets is that it takes too damn long. There's a lot of details that I feel like people don't necessarily care about as much as I did when I was making them. Like I think that my ego got in the way and I wanted to make the hardest thing to make. If I was gonna do this for a business, then I had to think more about how I could make something quick. And
yeah, because I mean, it's just you.
I actually ended up picking up a pair of OG 107s kind of randomly. Like I got them at a garage sale in Aloha, Oregon. They were perfect. And I figured, damn, maybe I should try to sew some pants like this. Because if you look at them, I mean, this is a Hendrix Park thing here, but this is pretty much what the OG 107s are. Flat felled, outseam and inseam, button fly. Patch pockets. What this is a pair of pants.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, again, when we're talking about specifically like fatigues, like the OG 107 is like, they had to make a lot of these, they had to make them fast, and they had to get them out into the field. It's cool to see, you know, a modern version of that and think a little bit about like practically why it's done too.
If I sort of subscribe to the design details of war, then it becomes, you know, more reasonable for me to make stuff here in Sausalito and be able to spend more money on fabric, which ultimately to me is the most important detail. And so here is a pair from the first run for Standard and Strange, sort of my sample pair. So as you can see, I mean, it's the same, pretty much the same thing, except a different fabric.
Yeah.
If you're used to wearing this, then buying this is gonna be great, right? Because you're not taking too far of a transition, too far of a jump, you know, outside of what you feel is comfortable for you.
If any of you out there have an original run and they look super gnarly, please reach out to us. We want to see these. We will share them with the world.
Yeah, I know. I need to know what they look like after like 10 washes.
I know, me too, honestly.
Here's the Standard and Strange one, and then Jeremy also gave me like 9 yards or something of this kind of strange
green denim-y.
Again, the same design details, same construction, takes the same amount of time to do, but a completely different pair of pants. Behind this, we have these kind of pairs of jeans that I've been working in, trying to figure out how I can do them out of denim. Having some trouble, honestly. I can't quite figure out why I don't like them, but I don't know. I feel like they're not ready yet. So here's pockets on the outside, here's pockets on the inside.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like the little tool pocket on this
Oh
guy.
yeah, and then I have that little detail. You know, when thinking about like the Hendrix Park uniform concept, like you should be able to wear these pants or the shirts that I'm gonna be making soon, doing anything.
Yeah.
I want you to buy a pair of pants from me or from you guys and not think about it ever again unless you look at the pants that you just took off and you think, damn, like it's kind of cool that there's a shell stitch for some reason on those. Like I think really important to not buy too much stuff.
Yeah.
But it's kind of counterintuitive because you're trying to sell things.
Yeah.
You know, it reminds me of that classic like Patagonia ad that's like, don't buy this jacket.
Yeah.
It's promoting this concept of, you know, owning fewer, better things.
Yeah. Well, and I think like from where we stand at Standard and Strange, like the best thing we can do is showcase what you're doing to the most people and get it out to like the biggest audience and get the most exposure so that the people who, you know, that immediately resonates with can get some, and then the people who wouldn't have ever heard about it otherwise are exposed to it and can think about it, and over time, like, that's how this grows. It's like we've shown enough people that it has this momentum and there's this desire, because people do want nice things. Like we, again, live in this world where everything is kind of disposable and to be consumed. And a lot of people are tired of that.
You know, once I get bored of making pants out of a certain fabric or shirts or whatever it is, I won't have to ever again.
Yeah.
You know? Like I can get different fabric and keep it interesting for myself and also for other people that want to buy stuff.
Cool. Well, I think that's about it, man. Thank you so much for having us, showing us around the space, taking the time out of your day. Like, we really appreciate it, and I think people are really going to enjoy this.
Cool. Well, I got some work to do.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Stay busy. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Rix for taking the time out of your day and showing us around your studio. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.